This is John from Patriot Nation. Have you ever sat on your balls? I mean, really sat on them. Not one of those you go to start to sit down and you feel a slight pinch and you jump right back up real quick. I mean, really sat on them. Let me give you a scenario. You go to a gun shop, you go to a gun show, or set up a private deal like I did. The deal is for something that you have had on your list for a while, something that you really have wanted for a while. I don't know about you guys, but when I get something new, I get excited about it. I can't wait to get it home, sit down, get it taken apart, clean it up, lube it up the way that I like to have it, and just kind of mess with it for a little bit. Well, as you can see here, I have two things sitting here in front of me, so you can only imagine just how excited I really was. Needless to say, I had to have a few minutes or an hour to myself to recuperate from my recent trauma. But let's take a look at what we got. First, as you can see, this is a Smith & Wesson, and inside we have the all stainless end frame model 625 Jerry Mitchell edition. And what that particularly means is, let's get this out of the way. And what that means, Jerry Mitchell actually went in with Smith & Wesson to help in the design of this particular version of this revolver. As you can see, it is unloaded. This is an end frame. It's all stainless. It has like a matte or a satin type of finish. It's very low glare. Your fingerprints aren't going to show up on here. Get smudges all over it very easily. It has your fully adjustable rear sight, and the person that I got this off of put a fiber optic on the front. They also, as you can tell, installed the Hogue Mono Grip. It's a rubber grip that really gives you a tacky feel, sticks in your hand a little bit better than what the gun actually comes with would. You can see this is a very smooth looking wood, although it is a really nice, really good grains through it. They engraved the JM with a lightning bolt on it. And the whole reason that Jerry Mitchell decided to do this was, if you don't know who he is, he's a competition shooter who specializes in revolvers. And one of the characteristics for his incredibly fast reloads are the very smooth, slick grips that he uses. He's able to have the gun move around in his hand a little bit. For me, I'm not a competition shooter, and I would rather have some kind of a texturing or some kind of a tacky surface like this rubber gives you in order to maintain a better grip. One thing that really made me want this, first of all, I am a fan of Jerry Mitchell. This is chambered in 45 ACP. That intrigued me. Just really, really had me curious as to what it's going to feel like, what the recoil will feel like. And I enjoy revolvers. I have a few of them already, but this is going to have a nice, pretty special spot. The trigger is your typical Smith & Wesson double action. You have a very smooth action. It is a little bit sort of heavy. I would estimate it's probably somewhere around 12 pounds. The single action is unbelievable. You just about sneeze on this and it goes off. Very, very light. The action on it is very smooth. All the parts are nicely fitted together. It's got a nice tight lockup. This is one of those that I'm really looking forward to getting out to the range. I think I'm going to have a blast with this. I think that it's going to be a good shooter. You have A frame that was built to withstand the power and the pressures of a 44 Magnum, you've weakened the cartridge down going through it to a 45 ACP. It's really going to make this thing last for, I would imagine, a very long time. I mean, look at the size of the forcing cone. And that is huge. It is a tank. I really believe this is going to have some longevity to it. It does have that god-awful lock on it. Unfortunately, they still believe that's a good idea. It does have the newer style cylinder release. I don't mind it. It's got very nice checkering on this end where your thumb is. Able to get a nice hold on that. You notice the absence of the firing pin on the hammer. It is frame mounted, which that I don't mind so much. I feel like it's better protected in there than it would be on the actual hammer. For a scenario's sake, if you had this cocked for single action and you dropped it and just so happened to hit the right spot right on the firing pin, you could bend it or break it. I just feel like it's better protected in here. Though, with it being hammer mounted, you have a tactile benefit to that. You can look and see that, hey, this is what's wrong with my gun, if something like that were to actually happen. So overall, I want to get this out to the range. I want to see exactly what this is going to feel like. I'm very excited to have this as a part of the collection now. I mean, this thing's just cool. I'll be honest, guys, this thing is just really cool. If you like revolvers, and the 45 ACP is one of my favorite cartridges anyway. I'm a big 1911 fan. I've shot him out of a couple of the polymer framed guns, hammer fired and striker fired. I just really love the 45 ACP. I love the recoil characteristics of it, the way it feels. It's just a really fun cartridge to shoot. With that being said, let's check out the other one. Get this out of the way. So the other one that I have, this one is one of my holy grail guns. This is also a Smith & Wesson, and it's a 586 no dash. There is no dash. This is one of the first runs of the 586. It is the L-frame 357 Magnum, 6-inch barrel. As you can see, the lock is absent. Let's see if I can get you a close-up of that without muzzle sweeping myself. And the firing pin is on the hammer. The single action on it is very light, much like the 625. You practically breathe on this and it just goes. The double action, again, is your standard double action revolver trigger. It is heavy, but it being Smith & Wesson is still very smooth. And look at the beautiful bluing on this. This gun was manufactured in the early 80s. So this thing's a good at least 30 years old. And the bluing on it looks fantastic. I mean, there's barely any wear. There's barely any kind of a cylinder mark here. It doesn't look like it's been shot much. The wood on the grips still looks brand new. They look great. This little checkered section on here provides a fairly good grip. The one complaint that I do have with the square butt is how gigantic the grips get down here. You can see how your pinky kind of ends up sticking out rather than curling in and tucking in. It kind of feels weird. It feels a little bit off. It's something you have to get used to. Sights on these are they have the U drawn out. They're fully adjustable for elevation and windage. The front sight is your red ramp, and everything in this, for it being as old as it is, just still is fit really well. Finish on it is still it's just about perfect. Um, for being as old as it is, I would have expected some fading all along the finish. I would have expected scratches all over it, but the pictures that the guy sent me when he was offering this up on a trade that I was doing, it didn't look like it had a whole lot on it, and then seeing it in person, just I fell in love with it. This is one of my holy grails. So this is one that will definitely end up sticking around for many, many years. It's going to get shot though, and hopefully the next time that you see both of these, they will be shot. And I'm hoping that we're going to have some range footage. That would be the ultimate goal. But I'm very pleased with both of these trades that I made. I really just couldn't be happier. I am excited to get these things out to the range. I am excited to, especially to feel how this one feels. I have an idea of what this is going to feel like. I haven't shot a 6-inch 357 Magnum before, but I have shot a 4-inch and a 3-inch, so I have an idea of what this is going to feel like. This one I don't really know, and I am excited to find out. I think that it's going to be an experience, and I think it's going to be a blast to shoot. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's all for right now, guys. Just wanted to show you these two absolutely beautiful revolvers that I just picked up. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could, hit like, share, and also subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, I want to give everybody a thank you to the subscribers, the viewers that watch us, the people who have been following us on Instagram and have come over to the YouTube channel, the people that have found us on YouTube and gone over to Instagram and checked us out over there. Thank you guys a lot. We really appreciate the support. On that note, stay safe, stay armed, and stay free.